Sharon Stone hasn't held back when asked about Joe Rogan's controversial COVID-19 opinions. The comedian's views on his Spotify podcast have caused outrage across the globe, with artists such as Neil Young demanding his music is removed from the streaming service because of the comic's channel. And actress Sharon, 63, has slammed his attempts to switch his approach and add a disclaimer at the beginning of episodes to try to offset his controversial COVID thoughts with a mainstream take as well. Speaking to TMZ, Sharon labeled Joe as an a-hole. She told the publication, "COVID is not an opinion-based situation, and Mr. Rogan thinking that his opinion or disclaimer for the lives that he personally affected and caused losses of, it's not an opinion." The Basic Instinct star continued, "Mr. Rogan is risking people's lives with his idiocy and his professing that his thoughts about COVID are opinion. They aren't opinion. COVID and infectious diseases are science and are fact-based situations, so the pretense that these are opinions is dangerous and his behavior is dangerous." So the pretense that these are opinions and that he should put a disclaimer that he's an a-hole and that his behavior is dangerous and affecting people's life and deaths has been demonstrated by so many of the people who have lost their lives by proclaiming the things that he has said. Earlier in the week, Sharon had took to Twitter to side with Neil Young and said she was going to cancel her Spotify accounts. The singer, 76, furiously demanded his entire music catalog be removed from the streaming service Spotify as he opposed Joe's anti-vaccination views being aired on the Joe Rogan Experience. The Canadian-American musician published a letter to his manager and record label which addressed his concerns over Spotify's deal with Rogan, which was inked in 2020 and is reportedly worth more than $100 million. He wrote, "With an estimated 11 million listeners per episode, the Joe Rogan Experience, which is hosted exclusively on Spotify, is the world's largest podcast and has tremendous influence. Spotify has a responsibility to mitigate the spread of misinformation on its platform, though the company presently has no misinformation policy." The letter was later taken down, but he issued another statement on his website, in which he called the streaming service the home of life-threatening COVID misinformation. Lies being sold for money, Young fired. Spotify agreed to Neil's demands and said they would removing his music from the platform, saying it regrets the move.